Hello folks, it's Nick again. Welcome back. I wanted to take a moment to talk to you about one of the things that I had to unlearn as I got more and more into business. I grew up in a family with very meager and humble origins. And I was taught some ideas about how business works. I had always thought of rich people having somehow gamed the system, having not earned the wealth that they have accumulated. I used to walk down the streets in my hometown of Chicago, and I used to spit on BMWs and Mercedes. I had a lot to learn. I had a big chip on my shoulder. And as I got older, I realized that I probably was not on the right page. So I'm trying to give you the benefit of some of the learning that I had gotten over the course of the years. Hopefully you can put these ideas into better use earlier in your lives. So I'm going to discuss with you the moral case for capitalism. So let's start with this. Over the course of all of human history, there have been two ways that people get things that other people have. There's the traditional way, the one that's most often been used throughout history, and then I would say it's a new way. Not as new, but definitely in recent centuries, it's been used a lot more often. So the traditional way. Let's say you know a farmer, and a farmer has corn that you want for your family. Now the traditional way is, if I wanted corn, I went over to his house, I carried a large stick, I clubbed him over the head with that stick, and I took it from him. This is what is referred to as the Conquest Ethic. Now, what happens when you resort to this way of dealing with things? Well, first of all, if people are likely to lose things in such a confrontation, they are less likely, less motivated to continue to grow things. The farmer doesn't want to grow corn if after he harvests, does all that work, that the corn will be taken by somebody else. So this discourages production. In addition, when you come into somebody's house and you have to forcibly take something from someone, chances are some things are going to get broken. So glass gets broken, buildings get broken, walls get broken. Anything that requires the use of force is going to break stuff. And that means that you can't use that stuff to help build things in the future. So it breaks everything. In this ethic, whoever is strongest, whoever has the biggest club or can get the biggest number of people to fight other people is going to win. The nerds cannot get ahead in this way of approaching ethics because generally, smart people have not put their energy into working out or beefing themselves up, and therefore they have a hard time winning. So it's very body-centered power. It's hard to use your mind to get ahead since you have to put so much effort into building up your body, you can't build up your mind. So the strongest person wins, and as a result, we don't get ahead intellectually. Ultimately, win-lose. Whoever raises the club is going to win. Whoever gets knocked unconscious is going to lose. There's no way around it. Now, the new way, which I would say is the better way. Let's suppose that instead of bringing a club to take what I want from the farmer, maybe I'm a specialist in making fish hooks. I'm an expert fisherman, and I have worked hard to figure out a way to build a better fish hook than what's available to most people. And if I were to make some of these extra fish hooks, I can maybe trade those fish hooks to the farmer in exchange for some corn, so that the farmer can go and use those fish hooks to fish the local stream. Now, in this case, first question is, if I were to trade my fish hooks for the corn, who is better off, the farmer or me? The answer is, it's a trick question. Both parties are better off, because since it's a voluntary exchange, the farmer would not have given me the corn if he didn't see value in the fish hooks, and I would not have given my fish hooks if I didn't want the corn more. So both parties are better off. This is the trade ethic. In a trade ethic, because the more we do, the more we choose to deal with other people, the more we enrich ourselves through trade. Because of this, I want to keep producing more and more of what I'm good at, so that I can get more and more of what other people are good at. So this is encouraging production. Secondly, not only are we not breaking things when we deal with each other, because I want to be able to produce more, I'm building things that will help me produce more. Instead of doing these fish hooks by hand, maybe I'll build a kiln or some sort of a foundry to make better metals for me to make these fish hooks. So it encourages me to invest in capital, which is what these things are, to help me better able to build things to increase my production, so I get more of it, more of what other people have to offer. In this case, anybody who has any skill, any talent whatsoever can succeed, even the nerds. It's a wonderful way of trying to advance society. Ultimately, as I started with, it's a win-win for everyone. Everybody has a chance to win, and everybody should win. They wouldn't, since it's a voluntary exchange, they wouldn't be participating if they didn't think that they were better off after the transaction. So this is the ultimate realization of what capitalism is all about. Putting down the weapons and choosing to deal with people in voluntary exchange of value. And that's the moral case for capitalism. If you do not understand this, you want to get out of business, because you don't understand why what we do in business is a moral good. So for the skill builder for this exercise, I want you to reflect and write about the idea of capitalism as a moral good. Do you buy into that idea? Do you believe it? You need to really think about this and understand it, because if you do not believe this, there is nothing that you can do in business that's going to be productive, because your heart's not going to be in it. So take the time to do this, and I hope that you accept this premise and this claim that capitalism is a very good thing. So that's all for this session. I will see you next time. Take care.